Ah, there we go. Okay, so we are back with some more SnowRunner. And what I'm going to be trying to do in the course of this stream is try and get as much done as I can in the Russian area as possible. Because the new map in this location is coming soon. So at the moment, there's only 3 locations or 3 maps at this Russian location. There will be a 4th one coming soon. It will be called The Rift. And that's what we're going to be preparing for. So we need to knock out all of the quests that we can do on the other maps before we do that. Okay, with that being said, what quest do we have left? Well, there's only one quest from what I remember on the main map. I could be misremembering that. Let me just double check. Yeah, so I think these are on other maps. I think the only one we have active is this radioactive fossils, which we did a little bit of in my previous stream. So with that in mind, let's go ahead. Yeah, it's already selected, so we should be good to track that. As far as which truck I want to use, got this one here. Hold on, let me recover this one because I remember it has a little bit of damage on it. Do we just want to use this guy? Because a trailer would be nice, because I have to get a total of 4. Or we could do 2 separate trips. I'm trying to remember. There is a truck that I didn't really care for, and I don't know if I remember which one it was. It was a lighter truck that we just bought. I want to say it's one of the Voron trucks. What truck am I even in? I have a hard time keeping track of this stuff. Alright, so which truck am I currently in? I'm in the Voron D. 53233. That might be the truck I didn't really care for. We also have another truck up here. Well, that I like this truck, so we're definitely not getting rid of that. What state did I leave this truck in? Ah, okay. I'll go ahead and recover this one too, just to get it out of the way, because we might need it to be out of the way. And we'll just stick it over where we stick the other truck. This could be an opportunity to buy a new truck and try it out. But for me to do that and be able to afford it, I'm going to have to sell a truck I already have. It could be an American truck we get rid of. As a matter of fact, I have one sitting in my storage that I could sell. The P16, because I think I really, really like the P16, but maybe its days are numbered. Well, let's first take a look at how much money I have. So I have 74,500. I know that's not enough to buy any of the Russian trucks. The cheapest ones are 80+ thousand. How much does this quest we're about to do pay? Because that might be a determining factor of what we do here. So let me go ahead and take a look at that. So this one pays, it pays quite a lot. It's not going to be anywhere near what we need though, 6,900. Do we have anything really obviously that we could just sell quickly? Now, there's a service trailer we could grab with a plan to sell it. Oh, you know what? I have to deliver to the factory, and that was something, hey, Ursi, I forgot to do. Let's jump over to this truck. So the Voron Grad. This might be the truck I didn't like, if I remember correctly. But we could give it at least a chance to do some work here. So, last time, I did one delivery of this radioactive fossils, but I forgot that I had 2 locations to deliver it to, and I delivered it to the railway station instead of here, which is what I intended. So, let's do that. Ooh. Again, I'm going to make some mistakes because I've been playing a lot of American Truck Simulator, and there are definitely some differences in the control scheme. This might be the best path here. It's really hard to tell what's a road here. There's definitely a bridge here. So let's just go this way. So we're going to come out. We'll be here. We'll get fuel. We'll come up this way. Probably advance till morning so we don't have to worry about it because it's about to be night. Then we want to go up this path. I don't know how much I've ever traveled this way, so I don't really know what to expect of this road here or the state of this bridge. It looks like we have two alternate paths, either this way, which it's hard to say if that's a road or not. It could be just like a series of ditches and runoff areas. Let's mark this path, because it seems a little bit more obvious that it's a path. And we come up this way. And at some point, I believe that this is the... I mean, it's really hard to see this path. I'm assuming it goes like this. And then we'd be in this weird... I don't know what it is, a military base or something, but that's where we need to pick up the things. So, that's a game plan. There is fuel that we're going to get on the way. Oh yeah, that's right. Let's just turn off the engine. Let's advance time. So, 6 a.m. Okay, go. So if I remember correctly, this is the truck I didn't really care for. So this is probably what we're going to sell after we do this quest. So we can buy another truck, and then we'll do the last leg of this journey. But we had it kind of in the area. Whoop. We had it in the area, so... let's have it do this part. Not sure which truck I'm going to buy as a replacement. We could go for one of the more expensive trucks. I should get a decent amount back for this truck. I'm hoping I'm remembering which truck I didn't like. I thought it was this one, but I'm not 100% on that. This does have some problems because of the fact that it all-wheel drive is selectable. That's not usually as big of a deal for me, but the diff lock being selectable, that becomes more of a problem as opposed to always on. I prefer that by a large extent, and most of the rest of the trucks that we buy would be that, so I think this is the truck I didn't like, but we'll see. Because the truck I didn't like, the main reason I didn't like it was it was kind of light. It was a lightweight truck, and it seemed to bounce around a lot, and it seemed to respond to turning stimuli way too strongly. So I noticed a trend it had where it would bounce, and I tried to get it to turn. While it's up in the air, it wouldn't turn, obviously, because the wheels aren't in contact with the ground. But as soon as it hit the ground, it would immediately take the turn I was trying to get it to do, and it would do it really fast and really sharply, and I'd kind of lose control of the truck to a certain extent. So that could have been a different truck, not this one, so I'll have to try and keep my eye on that. So far, I'm not seeing that interaction, but we'll see. It'll take time, possibly, to see it. And if it's not this truck, I don't remember which one it is that I didn't like. I know the trucks that I definitely like. At least I think so. Because I know there was one of these Voron trucks that I really, really liked, but I don't remember which one it was. Because it's always just one letter or two letters and then a series of like 4 or 5 numbers, and I don't know, it's just not really memorable to me. And other than that, they kind of look the same. Okay, so far so good. So what part of the journey are we at right now? Okay, we're about to hit the bridge. So this is going to be where we make our decision on which path we take. If we can even figure out what the other path is supposed to be. I'm guessing that's the other path, because it looks like... doesn't look like it's traveled all that often, but that does look like possibly the alternate path. Well, the bridge looks like it's a normal bridge. So, I'll go this way. Just take it slow. Yeah, you'd have to give them all wildly different paint schemes to keep them apart. Yeah, I agree with that. And I try to do that to a certain extent, but... maybe I have to color one, like, bright pink to remember that's the one I like or something. Oh. I think this is the truck that has some weird steering response. Okay, I can't really see what I'm doing here, so... I can pull the camera in and out if I need to. I could also go first person if it becomes too much of a problem, but so far it looks okay. Uh-oh. That's a disconcerting sign. We're getting multiple signs. Too bad I can't read Russian, so... that could be telling me about the horrible death I'm about to have as my skin melts off. Alright. This is by far and away the shadiest job I've ever had to do in this game. That marker is not really going to help us much, so I'm just going to ignore it. Alright, here we go. Okay, so I have to remember that I have to go to the factory, not the train station here. Because that's what I did last time. So, secure container, secure container. Okay, let's turn off the engine for a second. Turn off the engine. There we go. Alright, so I figure we just go the way we came. That seemed a fairly easy path to follow, so we'll just do that. I'm going to draw this out because it might be kind of hard to see where I'm supposed to go at this bit because there's lots of trees and stuff, but once we get to the bridge, I think it's pretty obvious which way we need to go. Okay. That should do it. And then we just follow... I can do like kind of a rough guide here, so I know the main turn points. And then here I guess I can go this way. Either way would work. Then we go here, here, and then we're there at the factory. Alright, so we need to back up. Okay, that doesn't look good. Maybe we'll just turn around. Maybe diff lock here. Yeah. Let's try and... I don't know, will those barrels stop me? Let's say they don't. And running over barrels in this weird, creepy place that had all those warning signs of radiation, that can't be a bad thing, right? Good thing the game is in VR. Uh-oh. Is there anything to winch to in this place? Oh, okay. Well, there was something to winch to. Maybe we go to normal or range. That'd probably be better. I'm gonna try and turn here. Alright, we're just getting the turn, and I'm probably gonna have to back up here. Okay, go back into low range. Alright. I mean, see, this truck isn't bad. It seemingly is handling this terrain fairly well. But, and the idea of getting more trucks... no, I put the marker too far away. We're gonna have to go to it to get the other markers to show up. Alright, now we'll turn around. Oh, that could have flipped us. Okay. Out this way. Oh, I didn't get to see this from this angle. So are those mines? Interesting. We got like a little bit of a lore thing going on here where we have to like maybe try and figure out what we think's going on here. Could they be uranium mines? I don't know. Or is that just totally unrelated to the weird base we just went through? All I know is I have very scary boxes on the back of the truck. And I'm driving like I don't really care how scary they are. Uh-oh. Oof. Ouch. That could have gone worse, though. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Okay, you know what? There's a little bit of doubt here, so I'm just going to give myself a safety line. In case it comes to it. Didn't like the look of that slope. Okay, we're on the bridge. I think we'll be fine. As long as I stay on the bridge. Watching the left tire here. Alright. Yeah, VR is available for Euro Truck Simulator, and I hope that it's also available with American Truck Simulator. I'd like to try it out at some point, because I do have a VR set. It would be kind of hard to create content, I think, while with the VR. I mean, the way that they implement it, I'm sure it's the kind of implementation where you're meant to sit down and do it. But it would make, because I think, for me anyway, like one of the things that makes any driving game, not just Euro Truck Simulator, but any driving game kind of difficult is looking around, is, you know, it's much more of a, I'm not going to say hard task, but tedious task compared to the way it is in real life. In real life, it's effortless to look. You know, if you're stopped at an intersection and you need to look to make sure nobody's coming, much easier to do that in real life than it is in video games. At least with the control layout I use. So, that would be a real advantage. I don't know if I could use the controllers that come with. Then again, I might be able to, because I have a Oculus Rift S, and the controls on it are basically the same as a standard controller. And I had to think about it. So you have two grip buttons, which would be essentially your bumpers and your triggers. You have the A, B, X, Y. You have a thumbstick on each controller, so that's your left and right thumbstick. I'm trying to think, is there anything that's missing from that? I guess a start and select would be missing. I'm trying to remember if it has those. Yeah, I guess that has the equivalent, but I'd have to think about it. I don't have the software set up on this computer either. With my VR thing, I use it in a different computer where I have more space to move around. Although this game here, SnowRunner, has definitely been a gateway. Found an optimization guide for the VR and the games. Cool. Guess we'll get fuel while we're here. Even if I end up selling this truck. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. We'll see. But yeah, SnowRunner is definitely a gateway drug. I've played Euro Truck Simulator before when it first came out, but it's been a while. Like, I was actually thinking about it, and I was trying to remember, like, why did I stop playing it? And I think the reason why I stopped playing it is that at the time I didn't have a controller like I have now that I had hooked up to the computer. So I bought a steering wheel, and that worked really well, but I had that one problem where looking around was kind of difficult. The steering wheel I have is a Logitech G27. So it's a steering wheel. It has, I'm trying to think what they're called. They're like the levers that you use if you have a sequential gearbox to change up and down gears. It has 3 pedals, so gas, brake, clutch. It has an 8 shifter, so that's, I think it has 1 through 6 gears, and then it has a reverse gear. And then on the 8 shifter is a D-pad and 4 buttons. If I've forgotten something, maybe I've forgotten something, but for the most part, I think that's correct. So what I was doing, yeah, I think I'm just going to recover this truck and we're probably going to sell it. What I was doing was I used the 8 shifter to shift gears. Because many of the trucks have more than 6 gears, a very typical amount would be 12 in Euro Truck Simulator. Well, 6 times 2 is 12. So what you would do for the game is you would push a button and it would switch the 6th gear. Pretty much it would multiply all the gearing. Well, it would shift it from 1 through 6 to 7 through 12. And that's probably the best way to describe it. So once you got up to the 6th gear, you'd push that button and it would, obviously you want to get out of 6th gear because that'd put you in 12th if you stayed there. But, you know, and then you would shift back into 1st and you'd be in 7th and so on. And then I used probably a few of the other buttons for like things like lights, wipers, things like that. And I used the D-pad to look around. Well, that was a really inelegant way of doing it, and that did mean to look around, I'd have to take one hand off the steering wheel and everything. But I think like ultimately why I gave up on it was because I want to get rid of this. I didn't really have a good setup for my steering wheel. It wasn't really solidly mounted. So my 8 shifter, because you have to shift gears so often, my 8 shifter would come loose. Because it just uses like a clamp system, and the desk I had at the time wasn't very good. So I had a lot of problems with that. So I kind of gave up on the game at that point. Because although keyboard and mouse is a doable way of playing that game, I don't know. I kind of preferred having some other way of controlling it, but controller seems to work okay. And if I ever get the opportunity to set up the steering wheel I have, I'd like to do that. Okay, so we're just going to put this in storage, and we're going to sell it. So the Vorongrad's going to pay me 110,000, which is actually quite a lot. And it's one we previously had bought. So this is just what I'm doing is I'm just going through the trucks I haven't tried out yet to see what they're like. This is a possible truck I could sell, and it's worth a lot, so it would allow me to buy a bunch of stuff. But we'll just go ahead and sell this guy. I liked it, but it had some drawbacks. Okay, so what do we want to buy? Was this here before? Oh, I think it was. Okay, so in any case, this seems like it's one of the most expensive trucks. So I haven't tried out a couple of these Azovs. What else we got? I haven't tried either of these trucks out yet. We already had the Step 310. You get that through request. I'm gonna have a hard time remembering which of these Vorons I used, but the one I just sold was the Grad. And I've already used this guy. So other than that, that's pretty much all we have. So I haven't driven either of these trucks. Now, they're really expensive. But let me read the description. We'll figure out which one we'd want to do here. So let's show description. It's an export-oriented, super heavy truck intended for military use in desert conditions, with all the downsides this background implies. Large enough to handle virtually any cargo load without degrading performance, its specialized engine provides enough torque to move anything that isn't nailed down. However, due to the fact that it was designed for a very dry climate, some of the 74941's very memorable name components may not be reliable in humid and cold conditions, which is pretty much every map that's in the game, because Michigan is a humid environment. It's full of swamps and stuff. Alaska would be a cold and humid climate, and this map would also be pretty humid, wouldn't it? Well, the description doesn't really seem that great. This also has switchable all-wheel drive and diff lock, which I tend to not prefer. What about this guy? Much more expensive, but what's the description? I don't know how you pronounce this, the Kolob 74760 is an all-around super heavy tractor produced for the Russian market. It's a straightforward yet reliable way to deliver any cargo across complex or challenging terrain. With an uncomplicated design, it was not devised with a specific role or environment in mind. Instead, it offers good performance in a variety of applications. As much as I'd like to try this truck at some point, does it have 2 steering axles in front? Just for that, I have to try it. So I don't like the fact that it's switchable all-wheel drive. That's not as big of a deal. Switchable diff lock is more of a problem, to me anyway. So we will purchase this one anyway and try it out. But I want to see if that second axle is steerable, because if it is, that'd be kind of cool. This one might have a similar setup, though, because that second axle is fairly close. We'll have to see. All right, well, according to the description, this truck should struggle in this environment. All right, we'll go ahead and buy the best engine we can. It's very expensive. I don't know if I'm even going to have enough money to do all the upgrades we need to do. We'll see. There's no way to raise up the suspension. This has really giant tires, 59-inch tires. That's really big. Ooh, okay, so this uses the heavy gearbox setup. I don't think there's any reason not to take the advanced special setup. I mean, it says fuel consumption suffers, but it actually gives you an extra gear at the top end, which to me would think that you would have better fuel efficiency. But I guess it depends on how that gear ratio is set up. The gear ratios are set up. But yeah, let's go with the advanced special here. Okay, so nothing to do there. So it comes with mud tires, but we can maybe decide on a different one if we want to. So that's what these ones look like. Not really noticing the difference between these two, other than it has a second number on it. Okay. That one definitely looks different. Well, I guess to save money, I'm just going to keep the mud tires that are on it. They might not be the best ones here. Yeah, whatever the difference is here, it's very slight. Now, this one's the most expensive one, but I don't know if that means it's better, because all you get is wheel performance, and we don't get any difference here. I know... Oh, actually, no, wait, hold on. This one's better on-road, but worse off-road. As a matter of fact, yeah, this one does look like it's the best rated for off-road performance. All right, we'll buy it. I like the extended heavy gearbox. We'll hold off on that one, though. MSG2 are the best. Let me take a look at that. You mean these ones? Yeah, that could be true. I know somebody has done data mining and figured out what the best tires and stuff are, but I haven't really looked at that stuff in detail. We'll stick with these ones for now and see how they do. So yeah, hold off on that. There's nothing way that we can change there. Oh. Oh. Whoops. Okay, so we won't be using this truck because it can't do the job we're wanting to do. And I don't have enough money to keep this on here, so... Whoops. Okay, well, we're just going to sell it. Hopefully I'm not losing money on this transaction. I didn't sit down and do the math on everything I purchased and how much it's going to cost, but yeah, this truck can't do the job. It only has the ability to have a high saddle, which actually limits what it can do. So I may not buy the other truck of this brand too, because I suspect it's going to be the same thing. That's my bad. I should have paid attention to what the class was. Although that doesn't necessarily always tell you what you're going to get. Well, we'll sell it, and hopefully I am not losing a ton of money off of this transaction. Okay, well... Let's go back to the truck store. So I should probably stay away from things that are classed as heavy. Although, see, that one looks like it can haul a trailer, because it shows it in the picture. So this one might be okay. I don't know if I can afford it. This one's probably most likely okay. See, this one's class is heavy, and this might have the same problem, so... That was the only other truck to look at, is that Azov, right? Okay. I guess we'll be buying that. Well, there's two Azovs, this one and this one. This one's cheaper. We'll go with the cheaper one first and see how it does. Alright. Let's first check to make sure it has the frame items that we want. Okay, that looks good. So I'll just install the flatbed because we're just doing a simple trip here. Alright, so first off, this can have the same engine that previous truck could have. So, does use the advanced special, so that's cool. Nothing there. Like we're stuck with 50-inch tires. We don't have a choice here on anything different for the mud tires, so we're just going to go with that, as I believe mud tires are the best in this environment. Okay, good there. Probably going to hold off on we already have our flatbed. Okay, so I have to unlock this. Honestly, I don't know if there's really much of a rhyme or reason to get the wedge cap. I'm going to pick up the short round because I don't know where the air filter, stock air filter is going to draw from, and it'd be nice to have some element of protection here. So let's go ahead with that. All right, so exhaust. This would just be aesthetic type stuff. So stock looks like that. You know, I'm kind of fine with the stock. Let's just keep that one. Okay. Beacons. I'm actually going to sell these guys. Get a little bit of money back. See what else we can do here. So, air conditioner, parking lights. Yeah, those big trucks are for heavy rescues or high saddle trailers. Yeah, that's what I figured. And we don't need those right now, so we'll hold off on them. Triple. What am I looking at here? I'm not seeing what this change is. Oh, I think I see it. No, I don't see it. I don't know where that is, so if you guys are seeing it. I'm not seeing what the difference is there. Alright, well, it doesn't matter. It's not what I want. Rear fenders. Nothing to do there. I definitely want these guys, so pick those up. So there's a few things I still have to level up to get, but nothing crucial. I feel like this truck should prove itself before we do much else. Yeah. Let's see what paint jobs we got. Probably on the bottom of the cab. Yeah, I see that. So the truck is nice but low to the ground. I think I see exactly what you're saying there. Okay, so this is the default paint scheme. Not bad. I kind of like that one. These two I kind of like. I like the green. It looks nice. Honestly, I think I like all these paint schemes. It looks nice on the truck. I don't know how many trucks I have in this region that are blue, so I'm going to go with that. No, I don't think we have any narrow trails for this one, so we might be okay. We'll see. Okay. So, if I remember correctly, the way... again, you're a American Truck Simulator, and the controls for that are going to throw me off. I apologize if I made you guys throw up. Okay, so... yeah, we just go down the highway, and I think I'm going to get off here. And then... I think the way we've been going to get here... well, honestly, I don't know how we were doing it, because the last time we took a truck from here, on the time after that, we took a truck from here. So, let's go down this path. To... probably here? Probably, actually, you know what the easiest path here is? Is just keep following this road. All the way through. We can get gas either here or here if we need it. And then, depending on whether I need gas, we just keep following this path. We've already been down this way, so we know this is a fairly good and safe path here. Come on. There you go. Go up this way until we get there. I have a crane on it for now. Oh, okay. Yeah, that could be a good truck for that. Alright, that's the path we're going to take. Oh, parking brake. Whoops. Oh, cool. It does have two steering axles in the front. I like that. Kind of what I was looking for in the other truck. A little on the slow side, but to be expected. Depending on how these roads treat us, we may need to go to the service station anyway to repair all the suspension damage from the potholes and rocks. Alright, so we're in highest gear, so this isn't necessarily a speedy truck, but that's okay. I didn't pay attention to how much money I had left after this transaction. Probably not a lot. I'm not sure what else other trucks there is other than the other Azov, because until we need a high saddle, I think we can hold on those other ones. Now the other Azov that I have, I really like it, but it has a problem of only having, I think it has like a 200-liter tank, so very short endurance on that one. This guy seems pretty good as far as endurance. Fuel consumption's not too bad. We are on road though, so I'll have to see how we do on off-road situations. Pretty good sized tank with 350. That's pretty decent. No damage on our suspension yet. We must be doing something right. Or just getting very lucky. It's gonna be dark soon. I may advance it to morning just for your guys' sake so you see what's going on. I mean, we can always turn on the headlights and that'll do the trick a little bit. Alright. Well, we're doing good on fuel, so I don't really feel a need to stop here. I didn't take any damage, so no need to repair. I had to say something, didn't I? Well, there's that low to the ground problem. That didn't take much to bottom it out. I'm a little worried now. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. If we bottom out a lot, that's gonna kind of lower this truck in my approximation of it. All right. It does seem like a solid heavy-duty truck, though. And the fact that it has the utility to have a bed in the back, that's really good, because not a lot of heavy trucks have that. Alright. So far, so good. Yeah, I think that's pure bottoming out right there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The Azov 6313. Which one did I buy? Because honestly, these names. So 73210. All right. I'm really struggling with these Russian trucks, remembering which one's which, because these names are really not memorable. And many of them kind of look the same, too. So, I think I've said this a few times now, but still rings true. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think I may be selling this one. That's okay. We get to try it out, see what it's like. But that constant bottoming out is becoming a problem, and I'm not even trying to get it to do anything too fancy. The 131 is a beast. All right, I'll have to check that one. I may already have it, but I don't think so. We'll look. We'll look. After this job is done. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, so after I pick this up, we have to go all the way back the way we came. Unless, of course, I hand off the truck to what's on it. Alright, so there's the factory. I think we get gas at the gas station down here, so I'll do that. We can get there. Well, yeah, I mean, I might do something with it later, but this is just like we're trying out trucks, so I've already sold a few, so I'm not saying it's by any means a bad truck, but I just can't afford to keep it on, especially as I'm having problems with it. So I'm probably not going to keep it. I mean, I might circle back around to it, but we'll see. Yeah. I have a bad habit. I have a habit of being sentimental, so as much as it would probably be wise to sell a lot of the American trucks, I just can't bring myself to do it. Especially the GMC, which is the first truck you start with, and the Chevy, that pickup. I just can't bring myself to sell those, even though I really don't like the Chevy pickup. I think it's a very flawed scout vehicle. Well, I kind of have a rule here. It's just self-imposed that I only use Russian trucks in Russia, and I used American trucks in America. I broke that rule a couple times, but for the most part, I've stuck with it. I had to break it in the early days of Russia because I didn't really have very many Russian trucks. Well, I didn't have any. So for the first few things, I did do stuff like the first seismic vibrator thing I did with an American truck. But Once I got some Russian trucks, I've been sticking to Russian trucks only in Russia. And again, it's not a logical decision I'm making. I'm just doing it to do it. Did I drive past the fuel station? I did. Well, I don't think we'll run out, but at least not yet. We could always get it on the way back. And I also said I would advance time, so let's do that. There we go. I was waiting until it got truly dark. Yeah, see, sorry, that hang up right there, that wasn't the mud. That was the nose scraping into the ground, so yeah, I don't know. If there was a way to raise up the suspension, this thing would be a lot better, but the fact that there isn't... Yeah, see, there I stopped because of it. I don't know, I just find that annoying. And it's slowing down our trip quite a lot. And I don't know, like this truck seems like it's got good power and good terrain traversal outside of the fact that it bottoms out a lot. But I have a lot of other Russian trucks that I feel like do the job just as well or better, so... I don't know. For me, it's just not a truck I like. But we gave it a chance. Okay, here we go. And we're stuck. Oh no. And I didn't bring the extended winch because I wanted the truck to prove itself first. Now this is going to be dangerous. Or just going to pull over all the trees that are nearby. Well, there's a tree right here, but it kind of doesn't pull me in the right direction. Yeah, see, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna keep the truck for this reason right here. I can't even get over a simple bridge. Alright, let's try backing up. I'm gonna try and power through. We might take some damage. Nah, I can't do it. Just getting stuck. And if I try and go through the ditch, I'm probably gonna get stuck all the same. Although I might have a way to get that one tree to help me. Yeah, every time I get stuck. Alright, we'll give it a try, because I don't want to give up yet. Well, there was that one alternate path. It's probably that way. Alright, we'll try the ditch first. I've got a tree right here, so if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Alright, I think that worked out. As long as I can get around the tree, that is. But the fact that I'm having to do this is kind of silly. Okay, let's go. And we're stuck because of bottoming out again. Yeah, I don't know. Well, again, is what it is. I kind of wish I hadn't picked this truck to do this job, though, because this is a kind of a long-haul job. Yeah, and we're stuck here, too. Alright, let's go around. This map is hard enough without having problems like this. So, yeah. Alright, well, in any case, let's get this done. I was gonna say, that looks like a spot we'll get stuck on. Thankfully, we're able to power over it. Well, yeah, you can say that get used to winching on this map, but the truck I just sent on this trip before this didn't need to winch, so... That is true to a certain extent, but then again... Oh, shoot. Like, that path I just went down is... I went down that exact same path with a different truck, and I didn't have to winch even once. Alright. Great. I went past it. Whoops. Alright, I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to have to think about what path I want to take to get out of here. I do need fuel on the way back, probably. I might be able to make it without it, but... Alright, that's the last bit. Alright, let me take a look at the map. Okay, so... Again, right-clicking. So we could go up this way and come back here, get to the road, and follow the road most of the way, and there would be a fuel station up here if I did that. Alternatively, we go back the way we came. If I remember correctly, this path is kind of rough, so we might have problems, especially this bit right here. We've already had a lot of problems nosediving. I think if I remember correctly, this is really steep. I don't know. I think because of this, I can't go this way. Once we got to the road, it wouldn't be bad, but... Okay. Let's go. I'm going to try to see what this path looks like. So we're going to go this way. And we'll go down this way. See what this looks like. And then at some point you get over here. I don't know exactly how because it's kind of hard to see here, but I'll just go like that and we'll figure it out. And then we want to go this way, that way. I need to make sure to get fuel, so I want to make sure I marked that. There. That'll be good for now. And this will be the last quest on this map. I like this quest. It's kind of a fun one. We could have got it done a lot earlier, but I wanted to evaluate trucks, so I took it in 3 trips. Okay. So we need to switch over to the quarry, wrap up stuff there. I don't know how many quests I actually have to do on the quarry still. Not a lot. We'll see. What are percentage-wise? We're at 55% in the Russian location. Okay. But we still have a ways to go. I think that was a tree root issue. Yeah. Tree roots can be kind of funky in this game. Okay. This is the spot. I wasn't really 100% sure how we were supposed to traverse it. Looks like you go this way. And then this way. May we not flip? I might get stuck here. Oh yeah, this sucks. Maybe if I back up a bit more and come at a different angle. There we go. Wonder where that path goes. Now there's a quest on one of these maps that I didn't find because it's not under one of the towers or something, so I may have missed some quests. Like, how many do we have numerically still to do? 29, 15, so we have 30 quests to do still. Considering I've done almost none on the third map, a good chunk could be there. Come on. All right. Okay, so gas, then garage, and the quest is done one. We have a long way to go, though. Oh. Let's just get out of the mud. Might just be as muddy on this ground, but yeah, I'm gonna just be frank with you. I don't think I'll ever... I'm gonna sell this truck and I don't think I'm ever buying it back. Yeah. The number of times we've come to a dead stop because of bottoming out. And yeah, I do agree. The Dan, I think, is just a better truck than this one. It doesn't probably have the utility with beds. I don't really remember what its utility is. I know I can do a low saddle because at least I think it can because I used it like that. So that gives it enough utility. So I would say that's the one thing going in favor of this truck is the fact that it has quite a lot of variety of frame add-ons it can use, but considering it bottoms out so easily and the Russian map is full of dips and dives in the terrain, you're just going to bottom out constantly. I can't really get behind this truck for that reason. I mean, the path I took right here isn't even all that difficult. There are much harder paths on even this map, and definitely later on. And I just don't... Yes, this truck could do it, but why go through the headache? At least in my mind. But that's just my view on it. Okay, get the fuel. We might have to take an alternate path after this. And if you drive this truck and you like it, then, you know, obviously that's fine for you. I mean, you don't have to listen to my opinion on this. Whatever works for you, works for you. There's no right truck, necessarily. There's no best truck. I mean, you might have a different opinion on that, but I think all the trucks in this game, for the most part, can get the job done. Just some are more suited for the job in certain applications than others, at least in my mind. And then there's personal preference, obviously. Again, I'm going to keep making that mistake. I'm sorry, guys. Honestly, I think turning around would be the best move here, because going this way would be, I think, a very bad idea. And this way would be too long of a roundabout path to get where we're going. So I think we turn around and we go this way. We come up here. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to take any shortcuts here. Just get what we need done. Get this over with.